Hello, everybody, and welcome into the full-length watch-along reaction to the movie The Patriot, which released in the year 2000. Thank you so much, as always, for your support and for joining me. If you're wondering why this one is in the schedule and releasing, it is a reactor request. This one has come through from someone who did not give their name, but they did leave a little quick note. So all they've said is that Mel Gibson and Heath Ledger are in this, and this movie is 25 years old this year, and that they hope I have tissues handy near me. I did not plan for that. I don't have tissue, but I have a blanket and I have my sleeves and I have my hands. And I do want to mention that in the past, a lot of people have said that to me with certain movies and stuff, and then I haven't cried at all. So I don't know if I will for this. It's possible that I don't. It's possible that I bawl my eyes out. I just don't know. I won't know until I start the movie, get to know these characters, get to see what's going on. I do know that this is a war movie, but I don't know. I don't know setting. I don't know anything like that. Yeah, don't know what war we're dealing with here. Very excited to find out. Very excited to get into this. You guys know that I love me some Heath Ledger. I watched A Knight's Tale not long ago. I watched 10 Things I Hate About You earlier this year, back in February, I think. Loved both of them. Just loving Heath with every new movie that I see of his. So this is now going to be another new to me Heath Ledger movie. And then Mel Gibson. I don't love him as a person. He's a very talented actor, though. Lethal Weapon movies were so much fun. I've watched the first two. I think I have seen other Mel Gibson movies. I cannot think of any off the top of my head right now. I can only think of the Lethal Weapon films, which is brutal. I definitely need to fix that. I know that there's more movies of his that I need to see. So anyway, enough, excuse me, enough flap. Sorry, Soka's next to me here on the couch. Thank you so much again for watching with me. Jason Isaacs. She was in Titanic. The girl. She was young Joe in the intro opening scene. Okay, so we seem to be in like Confederacy times, I think. Donald Logue. I'm gonna be so excited to see him. Oh, look at that face. He's so cute. Music by John Williams. Excellent. It's so good already.
Wait for father.
Oh my gosh, her eyes. Oh. 1776, South Carolina. All right. Who's buried here? See, that time I said buried, not buried. I switch back and forth and don't realize it. Elizabeth Putnam Martin, wife? No, wait, she wasn't in Twister. Oh my gosh. She's in Mighty Joe Young.
Peter Cuppen joined the Continentals. He's 17, a year younger than I.
He wants to go, but Dad won't let him.
I've been called to
Charlestown? We're going to Charlestown?
We are. We leave in the morning.
Yeah, that used to be quite the sight.
Move slowly, you two.
Keep an eye on these heathens, will you?
Thomas!
I have this for you, Susan. It belonged to your mother.
I lost most of my hearing and my left leg fighting for the crown in the French and Indian War. And how did King George reward me?
This movie's a lot further back in time than I was expecting.
Miss Howard, isn't it?
You know who I am, Gabriel Martin. The last time you saw me, I was 11, and you put ink in my tea.
She'll never forget that.
Perhaps Samuel or Nathan.
No.
It was you, and it turned my teeth black for a month.
Oh, that's why.
I'm a soldier, and we are at war. From Philadelphia, we expect a declaration of independence. 8 of the 13 colonies have levied money. I asked that South Carolina be the 9th.
Massachusetts and Virginia may be at war, but South Carolina is not. Hear, hear.
This is not...
There are so many faces that I recognize in this movie. My goodness. I didn't just want to keep saying it out loud every time a new face showed up that I knew, but just going to mention that now.
Should the American colonies govern themselves independently? I believe they can, and they should. But if you're asking me, am I willing to go to war with England? Well, then the answer is most definitely no.
There's not a man in this room to whom I would more willingly trust my life.
There are alternatives to war. We take our case before the king.
Yes, we've tried that.
Well, then we try again.
The British advanced 3 times, and we killed over 700 of them at point-blank range, and still they took the ground. If your principles dictate independence, then war is the only way. It has come to that.
And you won't be the only
I
one
have 7 children.
to do it.
My wife is dead. Now, who's to care for them if I go to war?
7 kids.
I will not fight. And because I will not fight, I will not cast a vote that will send others to fight in my stead.
And your principles.
I'm a parent. I haven't got the luxury of principles.
28 to 12, the levy passed!
28 to 12. One of the men in that room that was speaking was the actor from Firefly that played, oh, was his name Jace? Sounds wrong. I can't remember his name. He was so good.
Do you intend to enlist without my permission?
Yes, I do.
I feel like he's fighting for his future.
When you have a family of your own, perhaps you'll understand.
When I have a family of my own, I won't hide behind them.
Yikes.
He's as imprudent as his father was at his age. I'll see to it that he serves under me. Make him a clerk or quartermaster, something of that sort.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not why he's joining up.
Our campaign has been marked by defeat and privation. Our losses have been grievous.
Jeez.
My good friend, Peter Cuppen, fell at Elizabethtown. His death has been difficult to bear.
Each day in prayer, I reaffirm my willingness, if necessary, to give my life in its service. Your loving brother, Gabriel.
Gabriel's a sweetie.
What are you doing? Not yet, Thomas.
That's 2 years. It's already been 2. The war could be over by then.
Oh, God willing.
What happened at Fort Wilderness?
Put it away.
He's very avoidant about this stuff.
6-pounders. Most likely heading the other direction. Put those in the house.
Father, they might come
Thomas,
this way.
must I tell you again?
Oh, I'm worried. He sounds so confident that they're... Yeah, anyway.
They'll probably kill us men and do Lord knows what to you women.
Oh my God, stop. Don't scare your sisters.
Slowly turn.
Oh, Gabriel. Oh my gosh.
Other...
Not me thinking this was like some guy just wanting to fuck up a family. Ooh, it's an early cut.
I saw the Virginia regulars surrender. The dragoons rode into them. Killed them all. I have to get these dispatches to Hillsborough.
You're in no position to ride.
That's very close. Oh, man. No. I'm stressing. I'm stressing.
Thank you for the care of His Majesty's soldiers.
Oh, wait, they were caring for British soldiers? Oh, Jason Isaacs, hello.
Have an attachment take our wounded to our surgeons at Winsboro.
Yes, sir.
No, never mind. They were taking care of their own.
I was wounded. These people gave me care. They have nothing to do with the dispatches.
Take this one to Camden. Here's a spy. Hang him, put his body on display.
This is a uniformed dispatch rider and carrying a marked case. He cannot be held as a spy.
Well, we're not going to hold him. We're going to hang him.
Colonel.
Father.
By the rules of war.
Rules of war. Would you like a lesson, sir? Or perhaps your children will.
No, no.
What of the rebel wounded?
Kill them.
Father, do something.
Be quiet.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
Gabriel, run! Thomas! Wait!
Stupid. Not Thomas.
boy.
Him. You're the stupid boy, actually. Go kill Jason Isaacs now. And also rescue your son. Gabriel. Please. No! Oh, those poor kids. The young ones. I mean, I feel bad for all of them. They're all young, but...
All of you stay here.
What are we getting?
Margaret, if we're not back by sunset, I want you to take him to your Aunt Charlotte's. Is that clear? Boys.
All right. You just aged a bunch. Sorry. Oh, it's so much responsibility to put on her so suddenly. And these two. But that kind of loss just fuels the revenge. And we gotta get Gabriel back, so.
If anything should happen to me, I want you two to drop your weapons and I want you to run as quickly as you can. Get your brother and your sisters and you take them to your Aunt Charlotte's. Understood? What did I tell you fellas about shooting?
Aim small, miss small.
Aim small, miss small.
They know the forest super well to be able to already be ahead of them like that. I'm hoping for good outcomes here.
Lord, make me fast and accurate.
Yeah, please. Nice.
To the right!
Does Gabriel see it's his dad?
Reload!
I'm so worried about these boys. Duck, boys, duck. Down, 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 down. Excellent. All right. Yes, Gabriel, yes. They've never seen Dad like this before. No. No. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Whew. Nice job, boys. Oh. Anger stage of grief. I'm just relieved he didn't lose another son during all that.
How many were there?
Don't really remember how many. Maybe one.
One man.
One man and his two boys.
Sir, this is Captain Wilkins. I thought he might be of some use.
Another colonial. Tell me, Captain Wilkins, where do your loyalties lie?
To king and country, sir.
Why should I trust a man who betrays his neighbor?
Those neighbors of mine who stand against England deserve to die a traitor's death.
We'll see.
Well, that upsets me.
I killed those men.
You did what I told you to do. You did what you had to. There was no wrong in it.
And you did a fine job.
Glad I killed them. I'm glad.
Get some rest.
It must be rough to hear a kid say that, but the circumstances, that was a hard day for them. It's a hard day for everybody.
You've done nothing for which you should be ashamed.
I agree.
I've done nothing. For that I am ashamed.
I think today was day one for Benjamin in his no longer doing nothing.
Gates and the Continental Army are at Hillsborough. I'm joining up with them.
Gabriel.
No, your place is here now.
I'm a soldier, it's my duty.
Your duty is to your family.
Yeah, and his brother is dead.
Thomas is dead. How many more have to die before you'll heed my word?
He's fighting so that they don't continue to go to people's homes and kill their kids. Because...
When will you be back, Father?
The moment I've been waiting for.
Nathan, I want you to Take care of your brothers and sisters and your Aunt Charlotte. I'm dependent on you. As I am on you, Samuel. Susan, goodbye.
I like that we can tell how much time has passed based on Susan. I think this is the third actress for her now so far in this movie. Everyone else looks exactly the same, so I appreciate it.
I'm not going back.
No, I didn't expect you would. That Gates is a damn fool. He spent too many years in the British Army, going muzzle to muzzle with redcoats in open field. It's madness.
Oh!
That is pretty crazy. Oh. Oh, jeez, no.
This battle was over before it began.
I'm sorry. It scared me. Oh, I cannot handle things like coming at you in the screen like that. Like those friggin' videos online that play tricks on you when you they're like, look closely, see if you can see the thing in this video. And then it's a jump scare. Oh, fuck those things. That's what that just reminded me of. That guy's Tom Wilkinson, right? I did see his name in the credits.
How many men does Cornwallis have under his command?
8,000 infantry, around 600 cavalry.
Might I request, sir, that you transfer my son here under my command?
Sir, no,
No, that's done.
Thank you.
I definitely want them to stick together.
It'd be a better service with the regulars.
Where'd you learn all that riding, shooting, scavenging?
My father taught me.
Teach you any humility?
We tried, it didn't take.
Surrendering troops will be given quarter. These brutal tactics must stop.
My lord, that I have never lost a battle.
You serve me, and the manner in which you serve me reflects upon me.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, she's got such beautiful eyes.
Do you understand, Colonel?
Perfectly, my lord.
Land and money, land and money. It's all it's about. Ain't that? Those are kids.
The South Carolina militia is being called up. I'm here to enlist every man willing.
We are here to pray for the souls of those men hanging outside.
Yes, pray for them. Honor them by taking up arms with us.
King George can hang those men, our friends. He can hang any one of us.
Barely a week ago, I heard you rail for 2 hours about independence.
She's like, you can spout your mouth, but you're not willing to fight? What the heck?
Will you now, when you are needed most, stop at only words? Is that the sort of men you are?
Just doing a little call out.
I ask only that you act upon the beliefs of which you have so strongly spoken and in which you so strongly believe.
Your words gotta have some action behind them. He's like, thanks. Thanks for the help.
May I have permission to write to Anne?
Aww.
May I have permission to write Anne?
Yes, you have permission to write me.
Write her. Very well.
What did he? Not me thinking that he heard him say, do I have permission to ride her?
The shepherd must tend his flock.
Aww.
And at times, fight off the wool.
Mm-hmm.
You sure this is the right place to recruit for a militia?
God save King George!
Well, there's a statement to throw out and test some peeps.
I think we came to the right place.
Yeah.
He ain't overly smart. He's strong as a bull.
Make your mark.
I just signed him over to you.
If you're willing, I'd like you to make your mark.
Yes, make sure to get his consent.
I'll be killing me some redcoats.
Oh my gosh, you're so little.
Not quite old enough, but his time will come.
No kidding.
John Billings, I was hoping you'd turn.
So cute though. I love the red hair. Oh, really?
Our force continues to grow. As long as we continue.
I love it. I love that they don't know it's him. Music so good.
These men are about to surrender!
Perhaps. We will never know.
This is murder!
Hey.
We are better men than that.
I know the difference between fighting for a cause
don't back to church! No, not quiet!
Yeah, let's not fight.
Every man here is free to come and go as he pleases. But while you're here, you will obey my command, or I will have you shot.
Dog, shoot him!
I feel so mixed because, like, earlier in the movie, they were tending to wounded, but the Brits just came anyway and killed and lit the house on fire and everything, so...
It's the personal correspondence of Lord Cornwallis.
Ew. That's juicy.
This is his journal.
That's very juicy.
I say we drink the wine, eat the dogs, and use the papers for must.
Can we not eat the dogs?
Eat the dogs.
Yeah, dog is a fine meal.
Good heavens.
I'm with him. I'm gonna pet my dog right now. She's right here.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't like the idea of giving muskets to slaves.
Oh, can we not bring up this?
They call this the New World. It's not. It's the same as the old. But we'll have a chance to build a new world. A world where all men are created equal under God.
Oh, so hopeful. So optimistic. I feel like he knows. He's like, well, we'll see about that.
Colonel, if you can't protect our supply lines against militia, how do you intend doing so against the colonial regulars or the French when they arrive?
My lord, they won't fight like regulars. We can't find them.
Colonel, they're militia. They're farmers with pitchforks.
They're rather more than that, I'm afraid. My made so by their commander, this ghost. Oh.
Ghost.
You created this ghost, Colonel.
Yes.
Your brutality has swelled his ranks, without which this ghost would have disappeared, and I would be in North Carolina or Virginia by now.
In my defense, my lord.
Oh, enough.
It's super satisfying to me that, like, the bad guy in this movie, Jason Isaacs' character, is also disliked by his superior.
Why am I still wearing this rag?
Your replacement wardrobe is aboard ship.
Oh. Sneaky, sneaky.
The beast took your dogs as well.
Yes. Yeah. Is there no decency?
Oh, vile word.
Oh my gosh. Was she in the middle of writing back to him? Or can she write back to him? Actually, probably not.
I've come to call on Anne.
Of course you call yourself a man.
Father, stop it. You heard him.
Well, call on her.
Oh, his smile, though. He had such a great smile.
All bound slaves who give minimum 1 year service will be granted freedom and be paid a bounty of 5 shillings for each month of service.
I just realized that was Donald. That's Donald Logue.
What in the hell are you gonna do with freedom?
Sorry, I'm so used to him being a lot older that... How long am I in this? An hour and a half in. I only just realized that was him. I'm ashamed of myself.
By twos!
Sergeant, there's no need for you and your men to die.
Oh, now he knows who the ghost is. Oh boy. Oh boy. No, we're losing. We're gonna lose people. Okay, not completely surrounding them, but...
Wherever you go, men buy you drinks because of what happened to Fort Wilderness. Strangers know more about you than I do. Tell me what happened.
Your mother asked me that question around about the time you were born. I was drunk and foolish enough to answer it.
Oh, tell him.
And the Cherokee had raided along the Blue Ridge. The English settlers had sought refuge at Fort Charles. They'd left about a week before. They'd killed all the settlers. We caught up with them at Fort Wilderness. We cut them apart, slowly, piece by piece. I still hear their screams.
Makes sense that he never really wanted to talk about it.
Soon after, the Cherokee broke their treaty with the French. That's how we justified it. We were heroes.
He definitely doesn't feel that way, though.
And men bought you drinks.
And not a day goes by where I don't ask God's forgiveness for what I did.
Yeah, he probably feels like a monster. But you're not one.
Thomas was my brother, as well as your son. You may not believe this, but I want satisfaction as much as you do.
I believe it.
The British got 18 of our men at Fort Carolina.
18.
My lord, there is a rider at the gates.
With your dogs.
He has a pair of dogs with him, Great Danes.
Protect us in this our hour of need, we ask, in the name of the Father.
He's gonna be like, damn, your prayers worked really fast.
General Lord Cornwallis will be with you shortly.
That looks very similar to the one that he was making.
Come, boys, come. Come. Well, you seem to be well fed. I thank you for that.
I'm a colonel with the Continental Army. My rank should be sufficient for now.
As you wish.
Okay. I'm excited for this.
There must be gentlemen in command, and where necessary, restrain their men.
Restrain them from, say, targeting civilians, women, children, and such.
That's a separate issue.
I consider them linked. And as long as your soldiers attack civilians, I will order the shooting of officers at the outset of every engagement. And my men are excellent marksmen.
Very well.
Top of the ridge to your left, just below the tree line.
Are those...
Their names and ranks?
They refuse to give me their names, but their ranks are 9 lieutenants, 5 captains, 3 majors, and 1 very fat colonel who called me a cheeky fellow.
You know, this is not the conduct of a gentleman.
If the conduct of your officers is the measure of a gentleman, I'll take that as a compliment.
I love this.
Get my men.
Are those just his men dressed up in those? Because they would have kept those... They would have kept those outfits from before, right? Oh. They're like, but we want to come with. Like, we got a new dad now. Oh. Now, it's been a while.
He has 18 of our officers. Where is he? I recognize him.
Oh, he does recognize him.
I remember you, and that farm, that stupid little boy.
Just wait, get your revenge later.
It's an ugly business, doing one's duty. But just occasionally, it's a real pleasure.
Before this war's over, I'm going to kill you.
Why wait?
No, we can't do it here because then they would just turn on everyone and his son's back there. Oh. Yeah, sorry. Your dogs like him way more than they ever liked you. Oh, okay. It wasn't even. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. It was. It wasn't even what I thought it was.
Our captured officers, my lord.
He played you like a fiddle.
A plantation 7 miles from Wakefield.
Benjamin Martin. He's the ghost.
Does he have family? Where would he hide his children?
No.
His wife's sister has a plantation.
No.
It's not far.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. I'm so nervous.
This one's head of the house slaves, sir.
Where are they hiding?
Oh, jeez.
Keep looking there somewhere.
No.
Where's Father?
There he is. I am so relieved.
Where is Father?
Speaking for months now.
Speaking for months.
Why did he go?
He didn't want those mean men to find you, so he led them away. He'll come and see you as soon as he can.
I don't care. I hate him. I hate him, and I hope he never comes back.
Oh, Susan. She got some big feels.
Abigail! You're lying!
I love a reunion. She did.
Susan talked to you?
Full sentences, as if she'd been speaking all along.
Yeah, she was just a little late to speaking.
She said,
Oh no.
that she loves you and misses you, but she understands why you can't be there with her.
Well, isn't that something?
Little white lie to not. Yeah.
John, this is not a time for vengeance. This is a time for mourning.
That was it's rough.
Will you have this man to be your husband, to live in the covenant of marriage?
I love her dress.
Gabriel Edward Martin, will you have this woman to be your wife, to live together in the covenant of marriage?
I will.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
I love that about humans, is that even when we're going through the shittiest of circumstances, we can always have these moments of joy and celebration and camaraderie and just, love her flower
I'm
headband.
sorry we didn't give you more warning.
It's fine.
They really did just spring it on him, didn't they?
It belonged to Gabriel's mother. It's the North Star. It's the only star in the sky that never moves. It's constant, unwavering, a guide.
Be that for Gabriel.
I'm not my sister.
I know that.
Do you?
Wasn't sure if that was going to happen or not. It is a bit of an awkward-ish, but eh.
Papa! Papa, don't say anything! I promise, Papa, please don't
Susan,
go.
Susan. I'll come back. You believe me?
He better if he dies in this movie, I swear to God. How many men are...
John Raskin did come by earlier. He looked around, then he left.
Oh, no.
Would have made 4.
Oh,
4 would have been better.
4? Oh, phew, okay. They just all made a plan, I guess, to show back up at the exact same time.
Trust the French.
Riding his horse in here.
This town was given aid to Benjamin Martin. I wish to know his whereabouts. Anyone who comes forward may be forgiven their treason.
No, 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 no.
This man gives Martin and his men supplies.
Quiet.
He brings them to a black...
This man here.
Yes, sir.
The Black Swamp, you say? By the old Spanish mission. Shut the doors.
No.
Burn the church.
There's no honor in this.
Yeah, you gotta leave, brother.
Burn the church, Captain.
You joined the wrong side.
The honor is found in the end, not the means. This will be forgotten. Morton?
Not by him. He already knows. Oh, he's gonna... No. Gabriel said earlier to, like, wait for revenge. And now... Ugh, the chest out. Hate the character, love the actor. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Reverend? I'm like, we should confirm he's dead. I hate you so much. I like both, like, I'm glad I felt that coming because it makes it hurt less, but I still hate that it, ugh.
I'm sorry about Thomas.
Oh, son, that wasn't your fault. Gabriel, do.
That was a lot of rough moments back to back. I really hope Benjamin doesn't die too.
If we win this next battle, victory in the war is within our grasp.
You have to go with...
I'm small issue to it.
You're wrong, Benjamin. You matter to your men.
Mm-hmm.
And to others as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, so much for this movie. I don't know if I'll cry or not. Yep. Yeah, she's a bit sad. Huzzah!
If I die, I will die well dressed.
Good for you. Love that.
It's October now. It's more than 12 months. You're a free man.
I'm here now on my own accord.
I'm honored to have you with us. Honored.
That was a wonderful little moment right there. Oh gosh. All right. Well, there's Wilkins. Still right beside him. Are you serious?
Charge! Charge!
Being forced to burn down a church of people that you knew wasn't awful enough. I greatly dislike this. I'm still waiting for this 1v1. I hope we get it. I won't lie. This might be really stupid of me. I apologize. I completely forgot about the army. I forgot that the plan was for them to go first over the hill. But I'm glad I forgot because this is like a nice little surprise and a mood booster. Score is so good. Yes, let's fucking go. Oh, poor horse. It's not the horse's fault. His rider is an asshole. Do we have a... Yes. Oh, gosh. No. Not the tomahawk. Such a cool weapon.
Kill me before the war is over, will you? It appears you are not the better man.
Say again.
My sons were better men.
Worth the wait. That was great.
George Washington escaped from the north undetected and surrounded Cornwallis, who could not retreat to the seas. It was blocked off by our long-lost friends, who had finally arrived.
Hey.
I take measure of what we have lost and what we have won.
Oh.
Your wife's expecting a child soon, isn't she?
She gave birth to a son 3 weeks ago.
Aw.
What'd you name him?
We named him Gabriel.
Gabriel said if we won the war, we could build a whole new world. Just figured we'd get started right here.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Not me thinking it was a church at first. All right, that was my reaction to The Patriot. Thank you so much for watching with me. I really appreciate it. And to the person that requested this on Reactor, thank you so much for doing so. I want to talk about melodramas real quick because I feel like most of the ones that I end up watching, I sometimes find are too melodramatic for my liking. But then sometimes a movie like this, I'll sit down and watch, and the melodrama is arguably way more present than in some of those other movies. But yet I'm sitting here fully eating it up, enjoying it, loving the highs and the lows of the melodrama that's provided. That was definitely The Patriot for me. I did really enjoy this one. Runtime was not too long. Like, it was a long movie, but it didn't feel like it to me. I thought the pacing was fine, and it helped that Heath Ledger and Jason Isaacs were in this, to be fair, and that Jason Isaacs was playing such a awful, ruthless person. Yeah, I just really enjoyed his performance. But in saying all that, though, I have to admit that my expectations as to what this movie was going to be was vastly different from what it ended up being. I certainly was not expecting so much melodrama. I thought this was going to be a more accurate war movie, similar to other war movies that I've seen before, but that was not the case. So that said, if you have any I hope that there are some historically accurate Revolutionary War movies that exist. Make sure to suggest them down below because I definitely would like to watch one. When I realized that this movie was set during the Revolution, I did get very excited about that because I have only really watched, I think, Civil War, definitely World War II. I'm about to watch my first World War I movie, I think, which is 1917. I'll be recording that in a few days, which I'm very excited for. It was a poll winner on my Patreon. Reaction coming to YouTube soonish. So yeah, I don't know. I guess I was excited for the war to be a big part of the story, and like it was, but it also wasn't, in the sense that this movie was more about the father and his kids and the themes of like tragedy and grieving and revenge and all of that. And the ultimate core of the story for me is something that you could place in any setting, really. Like, it doesn't have to be during the war. And I know that this movie is called The Patriot, so like, because it's called The Patriot, though, in my mind, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a movie that's like really about patriotism. But at the end of the day, it wasn't. This was far more about revenge, I think, personal revenge, than it was about patriotism in my mind. But again, I'm not saying that to criticize. It's just my expectations going in were different than what the movie ended up being, but I shifted and I ended up really enjoying the movie. I will say, though, that it's so tricky when you're trying to make like a drama film about like personal stuff setting during a time like this, because you can do it without sacrificing historical accuracy, but for a movie like this, you could tell that they really did sacrifice historical accuracy for the gut punch. And the one scene that is so brutal that I wish didn't exist in this movie because of exactly that was the church burning scene. I understand that it was done to fuel Gabriel to go after Jason Isaacs' character, but then he ended up dying, which then fuels Benjamin to then continue the whole thing and get to the end of the story, which is fine. But when I think about that scene, though, like, it was just rough. It was definitely, for me, the worst scene of the movie. To put Anne and her dad and whoever else in her family, along with like 70 other people from the town, lock them in a church and burn it and burn them alive. Like, that was awful. It was awful and it was brutal. And I'm not an American, if that wasn't clear by the Tim Hortons cup at the start of the reaction. I know there's Tim Hortons in America, but only on the east side. But yes, I'm in Canada. I say that just to admit that my knowledge of the Revolutionary War is more of a basic level and understanding. I haven't ever spent a lot of time reading about a lot of the timeline throughout the whole war and like specific events and things that took place. But it's my understanding that even though the Brits did participate in massacres and did things like burning farms and taking animals and things like that, it's also my understanding that they weren't that kind of brutal that we saw specifically in that scene with the church burning. That's the scene that really stands out to me as one where they just did not give a fuck about how they were portraying the Brits in this movie relative to history. And it was more so just for we're going to make the viewer just really feel awful. And then they hit us with the 1-2 punch and have Gabriel die right after that. So yeah, that was a lot. Gabriel dying, I mean, I'm not okay with it, but I was okay with it. But the church scene just, yeah, I largely find it unnecessary. I personally think like Gabriel had enough motivation anyway with the killing of Thomas from that guy. Same with Ben. I don't think that the death of Anne and her family and all those people, plus having Gabriel, like, I don't think that was fully necessary. I just, that was a part of this movie that I really struggled through. Yeah. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you're also someone that just really doesn't love that scene at all. It's an awful scene. Church burning scene aside, there were also other things in this movie where you could tell that the accuracy was just not quite there to be able to deliver the melodrama to us and make us feel sad and emotional, but also happy. There were a lot of like feel-good moments that technically wouldn't be there if the film was more historically accurate. So yeah. And then also like sometimes comedic relief as well. Like, I find the whole portrayal of the French in this movie very interesting. Like the fact that we had this one lone Frenchman who basically had the attitude of like, yeah, the country's supposed to be coming to help out. Not sure when they're getting here though. And then it kind of makes it feel like that man is like the only Frenchman in the entire country, which obviously was not the case whatsoever at all. And then to have the very end of the movie be like, hey, the French are here. Like, it's funny because like I sat here and obviously was like, oh yay, like during the movie itself. But when I'm thinking about this movie more from what I expected it to be and just comparing to what it actually ended up being, yeah, the French would have been a much larger part of this movie had it been a lot more historically accurate. But hey, is what it is what it is. Sometimes this kind of melodrama works for people, sometimes it doesn't. For me, this was one where like I am actually surprised that it works so well for me. But again, Heath and Jason. So let me talk about Jason Isaacs real quick because that man is so hot. He's so attractive. I loved that scene where he had his hair down and not pulled back or in that stupid hat. And he was just, yeah, it was that scene with Heath. It was the scene with Heath Ledger and their little fight that they were having. Yeah, he was really good. I love his voice. I think that he does a bad guy voice so well. And of course, I basically grew up with him as a bad guy because of his portrayal of Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies, which I watched over and over and over again throughout my childhood and teen years. So every time I see him in another movie, that's just all I hear is like his Malfoy character. So yeah, this was like, yeah, the American Revolutionary Lucius Malfoy, if you will. But yeah, really loved his performance. Heath Ledger, as always, was fantastic. Definitely expected his death at some point. I mean, I really didn't want it to happen, but I realistically was like, it probably is going to happen. So I was sad to lose him, but I'm also glad we got so much of the movie with him. And then Mel Gibson, I mean, Mel Gibson's got a nice voice and he definitely knows how to act very like emotional scenes and he does them pretty well. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about his performance here. I definitely enjoyed his performance. I really liked his character and everything that his character went through. And yeah, the themes of like the individual relationships with his children were interesting. Obviously, we didn't have the kind of runtime to support him having like an individual relationship with each of his children and having that shown. But of course, at the start of the movie, we had him with Thomas. And then the focal of the whole movie was him and Gabriel, of course, because Gabriel's the kid he spent the most time with. But then I was really surprised that we had the Susan stuff happen too. Like, you know, having her not talk at all. And then all of a sudden she can. I really like that all of the different kids that they cast for Susan, like all had the same giant bright eyes. Like the baby that we first saw at the start of the movie had super bright eyes, and then every time they aged the character up, it was just like the actress kept having these big eyes. So I really appreciated that little attention to detail there. That was really good. So yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting to see so many familiar faces in this. Donald Logue was super fun seeing him so young. So if you want to know where I know him from, it's just out of frame over here, but I do have the Gotham DVD set. I love that show, and his character Harvey in it is so great. And so yeah, I'm used to seeing him a lot older than he was when he was in this movie. That's why it took me so long to actually even recognize him in the first place, which still ashamed of myself on that one. But yeah, him, and then I think it's Adam Baldwin, the guy that was playing Wilkins, who is also from Firefly, and that's where I know him from. He is such an attractive man as well, but his character really just pissed me off. Like, I fully expected that after he was forced to torch the church, he was going to just like ditch the Brits and go back to the American side of things, but I was very surprised when that didn't happen, honestly. I fully expected that we were going to get that, and we didn't. So anyway, and then there were some other faces too, like the guy playing the Colonel, I think was Tom Wilkinson. I know I've seen him in things before. Sometimes it's hard to remember what I've seen certain people from. And then, yeah, I was surprised to recognize that older daughter of Ben's as well. I can't remember what her name was. Sarah maybe. Anyway, yeah, I think that everyone did a great job. Yeah, the more minor characters were great as well. Of course, the score in this movie, I mean, John Williams never ever misses. The score definitely stood out during a lot of scenes in this movie and was super fun and added so much. And yeah, that's all I have to say about John Williams. There's never any critique of him from me. A lot of the filming of this for me really worked. There definitely was a lot of slow-mo in this, which I didn't really hate, to be honest. On a violence scale, I mean, I've definitely seen worse. This movie at times did get a lot more gruesome than I expected, like limbs flying off, and the blood didn't look realistic enough for me to really be bothered by it. But even though we didn't really see it, like they didn't get so gruesome with it, like Game of Thrones or whatever. But yeah, the church burning scene still just remains like the most brutal, gruesome scene for me. even though there was no body horror involved with it, but it was still just the idea of it and that it was happening was enough. All right, I don't know that I have much else left to say. I think that wraps up my thoughts. Before I get to the end of the video though, I'm gonna go to Letterboxd to see what some other people have to say about The Patriot. So let's go check it out. 5-star review. It's been a few years since the last time I've seen this. I miss Heath's smile. Same. And why does Jason Isaac look so frickin' sexy with long wigs? The voice alone. Whew. He does play those villain roles well. Yeah. Yes, he does. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to pull out this first sentence from this review. It's a 4-star review, and this person said, The Patriot is a perfect movie in the sense that it synthesizes classic dad movie energy with teacher rolling out the big TV vibes. That is such an accurate description. I love it. 4 stars. There's a couple things I wish weren't in the movie, but this was still very good. Also, I was not bored, which says a lot because war movies are not my thing, and this was very long. So kudos for this being very engaging all the way through. I do agree. Definitely did not feel its runtime. I did notice that there was an extended version of this movie. It only adds about 10 minutes to the runtime. I'd be very curious to know what they added. So maybe the next time I rewatch this movie, I will go for the extended version just to see for myself. And now it is that time of the video where I turn it to you and I ask you to leave your comments down below about The Patriot. Let's talk about it. Is this one that you just love, kind of like me, where it's like maybe you don't care for melodramas most of the time, but like a movie like this just kind of eats you right up and keeps you engaged and you end up loving it? Let me know. Let's talk about it. For those of you Americans that know a lot more about the American Revolutionary War, please make your movie suggestions for more historically accurate, less melodrama movies that I'd be very interested in checking out one day. Although I will say, if there are other American Revolutionary dramas that are very melodramatic and less about the, like, I'd still be interested. But I do think I should definitely watch one that is a bit more accurate. So you will know. Let me know down below. Give your suggestions. And yeah, I'm excited to talk with you about this movie. Let me know what your favorite performance was. Let me know favorite scenes, favorite moments. And if you're someone that doesn't care for this movie either, I mean, let's talk about it. I understand that a lot of people probably want their war movies to be a lot more historically accurate and probably get peeved when it comes to movies like this. So yeah. Open book here. Let's discuss. And with that, I want to thank you so much, as always, for tuning in, watching my videos, watching my reactions, leaving your comments. It is so much fun doing this, and I'm still not tired and bored of it whatsoever. And very, very happy that I have still so many movies that I've never seen and can still watch. So if you want to make sure you don't miss out on anything coming soon, I'd recommend clicking over here to subscribe to the channel. If you want to watch something else of mine, click on over here for a movie recommendation and a playlist. And to everyone whose names went by on the screen not long ago, thank you so much for your support on Patreon. It means the world. Guys, we will see you in the next reaction, whichever one you tune into next. Until then, I wish you a great rest of your day. Take care.